A thread by Soul War. It's time. Today, General Flynn opened a door that allows me to talk about something that's been obvious to any real researcher since April. I had suspicions on 30 January and did threads and videos, then watched all media memory hole or ignore it. General Michael Flynn tweeted approximately 8 hours ago, when something is so vital to America's survival, everyone needs to know the truth. China has no other intention than to be the single global superpower. Chinese virologist Dr. Li Mengyan blows whistle on China manufacturing the coronavirus. When I say all media, that includes new media and MAGA. About 5 I follow and 3 outlets posted on it and got 0 traction. So I determined President Trump and his people were handling it. The timing wasn't right, or their inquiries weren't complete, so the dots would lie fallow for now. This is my first thread and video on the subject, dated January 30th, 2020. All right, let's look at this one real quick. From Threadreader app, we'll just take a quick look at it. This one, let's connect the dots, shall we? All right, this is Soul Wars thread about Dr. Charles Lieber, the chemistry guy from Harvard. I'm not an actual journalist. I just pulled this off the internet. People in April were offering compelling evidence that COVID-19 was a designed virus. Here is Josh J. Philippe's groundbreaking documentary that was completely ignored after it was rolled out on April 7th, tracking down the origin of the Wuhan coronavirus, April 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Joshua Philippe. I suspect much of what will now be slowly rolled out will already have been covered by Joshua, Epoch, and several in new media. Well, not completely ignored. About 20 YouTube channels and news outlets immediately dropped attack and stink pieces on it. This was just one of the MOABs I said President Trump has to drop on the vile DNC's heads. I have said repeatedly, I do not believe in coincidences. President Trump, using his allies and America's juggernaut economy, had placed the CCP in an untenable position that was about to end their global crime spree. The CCP went along with it, and their right hand as their left hand prepped and then unleashed a pandemic on us. Oh, look at that. When it's revealed that someone folded aspects of the SARS virus and HIV into this bat virus to make it a novel strain, we'd have to bunker down over. Expect to see some significant fireworks, mostly political and economic, but only mostly. They had to make it novel, you see. That aspect meant we had to shut down and scramble to determine what the virus's footprint would be on the nation, as its novel aspect made it an unknown. President Trump was given deliberately misleading data from the World Health Organization and wrong intel from the Centers for Disease Control. We were wide open to it. We were supposed to get that 2 million dead. Our healthcare system was supposed to crater under the strain. We would take at least a decade to recover. By then, the monstrous Chinese Communist Party would be cemented as the world's top superpower. Trump averted all of it by trusting his instincts. He banned flights from China as the Democrats sneered at him, ignoring the declared national health emergency to call those stupid enough to listen to them to come down to Chinatown and Mardi Gras and have fun. As they did this, they told every camera within reach about Trump's racism. They called on President Trump to nationalize industries, which would ensure delays and push back on cooperation, as he created a new model for government corporate cooperation that smoked everyone's expectations. So the left characterized it as crony capitalism and howled. We were supposed to be dying all over the place at this point. You think the NBA and their players can get talking points, but the DNC wouldn't over a launched pandemic? Ah, such innocence. This is just one more chapter in a long, ongoing, silent war. We crash, crater, collapse. They get to blame Trump and regain power, unlimited power. They then fix the election process to make sure no outsider can ever get into the presidency again. If Hillary had won, this pandemic would never have occurred. Oh, it gets worse. Their pandemic attack failed. They move right to the insurrection to keep that juggernaut economy sandbagged as much as possible. This virus was a political economic weapon from the beginning. Now they're using riots. Do you see it yet? Do you see it yet? Dr. Simone Gold, you mean the only continent where hydroxychloroquine is widely available and can be purchased over the counter is where scientists can't explain puzzling lack of coronavirus outbreaks in Africa? Do you see it yet? I guess the fires lack Canadian passports. Okay, I'm going to do it. Let me peel one more level off of the devil's onion. Cuomo and other governors ordered COVID patients into nursing homes even after the danger was clear. Why would he do that? Think like a social engineer. This thing takes out old people, pensioners. They didn't get the broad pattern of infection their CCP masters wanted, which would have ensured a massive drop-off of pension liabilities as those liabilities dropped dead. So they packed nursing homes to simulate that effect. What's that horrible feeling you have? You realizing that I'm right? Call it the worst kind of insider trading in human history. 1, they knew it was coming. 2, they did everything possible to ensure a broad pattern of infection. 3, when Trump foiled that, the boldest of them packed the nursing homes to kill the elderly. The evidence was clear. What this does to the elderly's chances of surviving exposure before those patients were sent. Trump sent USN hospital ships and Cuomo sent COVID patients to nursing homes. Connect those dots. Do that math. When I say a reckoning is coming, I'm telling you some of this stuff won't go to trial. Too messy, embarrassing, and problematic. It would tear the nation apart. Look at the Marxist drones they've raised up in the last 40 years. Trump and Esper have got this. Good riddance. To donate any amount to support Brent Cates' works, go to paypal.me/Brent Cates. Thanks for listening.